Today, as we all know, is the feast of Saint Bartholomew, the apostle. And with most of the apostles, very little is known about him. There's even confusion about the names. In today's gospel, for example, Jesus speaks to Philip and Nathanael, and we're told that Nathanael is really Bartholomew. So there's even confusion in the names. But there's one line from today's gospel that stands out in particular about St. Bartholomew. Jesus says, there is no duplicity in Bartholomew, no guile. We might say, what you see is what you get. Just the other day, we heard in the Gospels about the hypocrisy of the scribes and the Pharisees. There was duplicity there. What you saw wasn't what you got. But not so for Bartholomew. Perhaps this is seen most clearly in Bartholomew giving himself completely to Christ and for Christ in the way he was martyred. As with all the apostles, he too was unfaithful at one point. But in the end, with making a choice of fidelity to Christ, rather than saving his own life, Bartholomew gave himself completely. He was true, inside and out. There was no duplicity. Now, this image I'm about to share with you may sound a little sharp for some, but Bartholomew was martyred by being skinned alive. You know, sometimes when we're criticizing someone, we might say that his or her insincerity or sincerity is skin deep. It's very shallow. Bartholomew's martyrdom involved a tearing away of his skin, but symbolically finding no hypocrisy, no duplicity. The same man under the skin was outside it. Bartholomew was a man of integrity. Not too long ago, I heard someone speak about integrity, and the word comes from the word integer, or number, specifically the number 1. To have integrity is to be one, like the number 1. And the speaker says that we recognize integrity in this way. And he gave an example. He said, when people who come to mourn our death at our wake, they all speak about the same person. So our family, our friends, the person who changed the oil in your car, your dentist, a doctor who took care of you, the next door neighbor, they all describe the same person. They saw us as one. That's integrity. Saint Bartholomew was not duplicitous. He was a person of integrity. What you saw on the outside was who he was in from within. What you saw is what you got. And we today recognize this call to have that same spirit of Bartholomew as we continue this journey along the pathway with Christ.